All right, guys, let's get it started. We're here with Metaverse Gaming. I'm StarWind. With me, we got Bugs, AJ, and Zero. Today, we're going to be talking about AAA companies and acquiring smaller development studios. I guess we'll start off with Microsoft, because that's the big one for 2021, and what they're going to do with it, with Bethesda. They're going to be doing with Bethesda. All right, guys.
Bethesda.
Everyone knows that's a small indie company, right?
Yeah, yeah. In case you need a refresher, I guess. Bethesda makes Fallout, basically, and Elder Scrolls. Those are like the two you need to know.
Doom as well.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh
they
yeah.
produced Doom.
Yeah, Doom.
So
That's it. I only ever played Elder Scrolls.
Okay, so
That was barely.
if you didn't play Skyrim, you had like 700 different chances to play that. So
yeah,
It's on everything.
fucking imported on what, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3.
Mm-hmm.
your smart refrigerator, if you have one, and your Tesla. That's coming 2021, so be prepared.
Are there mobile versions of that game?
I mean,
There's a Switch version. That's the
Yeah, there's a
closest thing you'll
Switch
get to a mobile.
well, here's the thing.
Wow.
Like, someone already hacked and modded like an iPhone or Android device where it can play Skyrim. Not like the greatest, but it still plays it.
Really?
Hey.
That seems
I
ridiculous.
would not be surprised.
The amount of text in that game, I feel, would destroy your phone.
But they have
Oh,
that.
you only get like 5 minutes before it shuts down.
5 minutes before your phone explodes.
Have to be set up next to a generator.
I can't imagine the ragdoll physics on the mobile version. But they have that one Elder Scrolls mobile game, don't they?
Wait,
But
There's
I
a
think it
mobile
was made for mobile, so that doesn't really count.
well, they did port it to the Switch, and everyone was like, "Why?" And
They
it was
did.
just god awful.
Yeah, he did. So, really quick, Microsoft purchasing Bethesda doesn't affect anything that's come out
So far,
so far, yeah. Right?
which
From
is the
what I
topic of
heard,
discussion.
It's they bought them, but they're going to be timed exclusive game.
I don't know.
See,
So-
now that actually makes sense. So I was having a conversation earlier with AJ, and considering the recent leak of Microsoft attempting to buy Nintendo back in 2000, I was saying that
I heard
it
that.
makes sense that at this point Microsoft is just attempting to buy as many popular studios as possible, because all they ever want to focus on is the hardware. Like, Microsoft loves divvying up their resources. So if they already have a company that's known for making really good games and they can just supply them the hardware, that's all they care about. So honestly, I think them buying Bethesda doesn't mean that they're gonna completely strip PlayStation of the games. It's just that they're trying to capitalize on it so that they don't have to spend more time, money, or resources into developing their own games if Bethesda can do it for them, and they'll just bank off that.
So you think
Yeah,
they're-
but I feel like that's just like a waste, especially like how much that was bought for. That was like bought for $1.7 billion.
that was what I was considering, because it's like, but if you're not going to use their games, what do you use them for? You know?
Yeah, it's like Sony buys Insomnia, and Insomnia had like a deal with Microsoft. It's like, oh yeah, you can keep that one game, but you gotta make Spider-Man for us, but you can send it out to Microsoft in like the next year or two. It's like, then why did you pay all that money? Like,
Because they know it's going to make money. So instead of them hiring a whole development team, having them develop a game that you don't know if it's going to sell or not and possibly flop, that's time and resources that they don't want to expend when they're trying to expand the hardware aspect of it. If they know that Bethesda is going to sell a game that people are going to buy no matter what, it doesn't matter. They're still making money. And even if Sony does sell the game, they're getting money from Sony.
That's true, actually.
that's true, but the thing is, I think that's really going to hurt them is the sales of the console. Like, here's the thing. I remember one of my friends, she wanted, what was the last, not the last Tomb Raider game, what was like the second one from the reboot? Rise of the Tomb Raider, right?
Yeah.
Shadow of the Tomb Raider,
Oh, right, Rise is the third
which
one.
is one of
So-
the free games on PlayStation Plus.
Yes, it is.
So, with Shadow of the Tomb Raider? No, it's God, this is gonna be so confusing.
Rise of the
Basically,
Tomb Raider was exclusive.
Rise
right?
of the Tomb Raider. Second,
Yeah.
it was a timed exclusive because it still came out for
PlayStation.
PS4, and that was the thing. Everyone thought it was going to be an exclusive, and people got upset. But then there's like, oh no, it's a timed exclusive. My friend, she literally had her hand on the button to click buy an Xbox One. I think it was the Xbox One X or like the cheapest one that they had at the time. And she was like ready to buy, but as soon as she read the article, it's like, oh, it's going to be a time exclusive. She just waited until it came out for PS4, and I feel like that's going to hurt Microsoft in the long run because
You could just wait.
Yeah, exactly. And PS5
But then
is
you got
already
those impulsive
outselling.
people who don't want to wait. Also,
Which is also
Yeah,
true.
but then you also have like loyal fanboys. Like I know one guy back in high school. He was like such a Sony fanboy. Like literally, he paid them so he can suck their dick, basically. Like that's how much of a fanboy he was.
But go back to what Bug said. It's like Bethesda, I think, is a big enough company to where people are gonna be like, nah, I can't wait. Like, I have to play this new Fallout. I have to play the new Doom. I have to play the new Elder Scrolls. You know, Elder Scrolls 6. All we saw was title card, and it's one of the most anticipated like, new games coming out.
It's gonna be anticipated, but then we just gotta wait and see like the numbers and like the consoles being moved. Because if someone already bought like a PS5 and then they're like, oh, you know, I really do want to get that new Skyrim. Will they really be willing to dish out $500 to get it, and let alone even if they could get their hands on it? Because
this is Elder Scrolls we're talking about, and Fallout. People are 100% going to do that.
No,
And
man,
then you also
just
have
buy
to
the
take
S.
into consideration,
drop
like,
a bombshell on you guys. I can care less about Fallout. Like Elder Scrolls, maybe. Like I enjoyed Skyrim, but I'm not gonna go like crazy over like exclusives on this and everything like that. It's not like that high of a game towards me.
that's interesting considering how much you like Breath of the Wild. They're like the same game.
It has to
Ooh,
do with like the
controversy.
fantasy and lore behind it. Like I said, it has to do with like the fantasy and lore behind it, because another thing that's gonna shock people and people are just gonna be like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? He chose this game over that. If I had to choose between Skyrim and Dragon's Dogma, I go with Dragon's Dogma.
No,
I mean, that's not fair. The combat in Dragon's Dogma is fucking amazing. It's like one of the best
Amazing
games that dropped on the PS3.
But if you put
Right.
them like in the same thing, like a fantasy setting world, and basically you have monsters to deal with, the lore behind Skyrim is like, it kind of goes back further to like all the other like past Elder Scrolls games. Like you can start off fresh with Skyrim, but if you know more of like the lore and knowledge, you go in with a whole lot. Like you have like a whole new retrospect of the whole scene, and you kind of have like bits and pieces where it's like, oh, I remember that, I remember this, I remember that, I remember that happened in Oblivion. But like with Dragon's Dogma, it was like completely new. Combat was completely different.
But the learning curve for the combat is much, much harder than in Elder Scrolls.
Yeah, I
you're gonna
agree.
die
Exactly.
1,000 times more in Dragon's Dogma than you will in Elder Scrolls.
I think it's a little
lot
unfair to
easier
compare the two as well, to be honest. Like, I
Yeah,
have to
that
agree.
is true.
And
Yeah,
plus, I think if you want to, but I haven't played Dragon's Dogma. I've seen Dragon's Dogma. It looks more like a Souls game. If you want to make a comparison.
Yeah, it's like the middleman
It's
between
like
the two.
that.
Yeah, I think that like you can just buy the S, right? The Series S, the small one.
Yeah, it's only like $300.
Series S.
Yeah,
I thought it was 400.
No, it's 300. It's
Mhm.
really
Wow.
cheap.
$300.
You
I
just
don't know, I
get
kind of
Game
want
Pass.
that refrigerator right there.
No,
I agree.
It's
Coming from
serious.
someone
though.
who's been on Xbox for like years, I'd rather get a PS5 to be honest.
Oh, but yeah,
Wow.
you
We
were
all
on
know
Xbox. That's
Skyrim
right.
Is going to be coming out for Xbox Series X and PS5 in like the next 2 months, so we'll get that before Elder Scrolls 6.
I'm curious though, because Bugz is the only one here that was an Xbox loyalist for a while. What like turned you off from Xbox?
I got a PC now. I don't really.
Makes sense.
Microsoft and they're really pretty much bringing out all the games for PC, so I can just get those games on PC. The only games that I wouldn't be able to get are the PS5 exclusives.
Yeah.
And I'd rather have a router than a refrigerator.
I don't know,
then.
as someone who like goes for like all the consoles, but I can tell you I spent more time on like Xbox, and now I'm like transitioning more to like PS4 and
Oh, don't, like
Switch.
there's certain games that I'll still play on the Xbox just because like progressed in them so long.
Yeah.
So that's that's why I keep my Xbox around.
Mm.
But like, I'm eventually I could just play those games on the PC.
And Game
Yeah.
Pass is accessible.
Yeah, and the Game Pass is also on the PC also as well.
Yeah. You see, why would you fucking buy an Xbox? Because you could just get Game Pass, and they said all Bethesda games will be on Game Pass. Future ones.
Yep, true. So you can just play on PC. So you don't even need to have an Xbox. You just need a PC or just have Game Pass along with it, and you're set.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a smart move, but you know, in order for them to really make bank, is they need to be pushing out those consoles. I mean, look what happened with Sega. They had like really good games, but no one is buying the system, and now they're a development company instead of a product, which is kind of crazy.
But see, I feel like you can't really compare the two because it was the Dreamcast that failed Sega. The Dreamcast and Shenmue is what caused Sega to fail. So if you expect Microsoft to go the same route, that's not going to bode well for Microsoft. They have to be able to make the game available across multiple platforms so that no matter what you have, you are buying their game and giving them some money. That's the way that they're looking at it. So that no matter where you are, no matter who you say you're loyal to, you're still giving Microsoft money, which is I honestly think a smart move. Because like even if you don't like Xbox, but you like Fallout or Elder Scrolls or Doom, you know you're gonna buy that game. Even if they're getting 5%, let's say 100 million people buy one of those games. At 5%, that's bank. That's a lot of money, man.
Arguably,
yeah, that's true.
Arguably, how would you guys rate Bethesda in modern like gaming companies? Like, what do you guys feel like in terms of popularity? Like, do you guys think it's like top 5?
100%.
I'd say like they're top 5. If we can go a little broader, I would say they're in the like top 10. I wouldn't say they're like completely up top 5. I'd say they just make the cut for it because they don't really release that many games, and also their reputation has kind of like took a little bit of a nosedive after Fallout 76, I think it was called. Yeah, after that, that took a hit, and then everyone just kept on getting annoyed where it's like, okay, we get it, you love Skyrim, just, if I want to go back, I'll go back and play on a 360, please stop porting this towards me, work on other games.
But that game won so many awards, and it's still loved by so many people, so there's no reason for them to stop it, which is something that I have said before about like Nintendo, like, Nintendo and Bethesda, like they know what sells, so they're just gonna keep re-releasing it because they know people are gonna buy it. It doesn't matter if the game is old, if the fan base is big enough for it, people are gonna eat it up.
Do we know if Skyrim's getting a PS5 port?
Most likely.
I mean, yeah.
I don't see why not.
Can we like just roll that out right now? We don't even need confirmation. Hang on, date this now on the podcast. E3 2021. Before they announce Skyrim 6's official title and date, we're gonna get a port for Skyrim again.
I believe
for
that.
PS5 and Xbox Series X.
And they'll do it comes out tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, were you gonna say StarWind?
What was that?
You were gonna say something.
I don't remember.
I just feel like, Bethesda to me feels like at least, honestly, like I don't even like rep Bethesda like that. I think they're like top 3.
They are. Because of the amount of games that they have under them.
And I'm not even like a fanboy, but I do play a lot of Bethesda games. Like I play Evil Within, Doom, Fallout.
Oh, I forgot Evil Within is actually Bethesda.
Yeah. Prey came out. That was good.
Yes. Prey is really good. Underrated.
There was a few other games that Dishonored. I love Dishonored 1 and 2. And
I like the first one more than the second one.
Yeah, it was better.
So you don't like playing as a female? Is that what you're saying right there?
No, that's the third one.
You just got it.
I did. I was like, what? Oh.
There's a new one that's coming out. What's it called? The Deathloop.
The
Deathloop, right?
yes.
That's coming out.
They're
And
also making another one working with like a Japanese studio where it's like everyone gets left behind or something like that.
not too sure about that.
Wait, what happened?
Not sure if it was a Bethesda game, but it's going to be like for PS5 only.
You're talking about Ghostwire.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
That's
Ghostwire
also
Tokyo?
Bethesda.
Yeah, that one. Mm-hmm. That game.
Yeah.
That's Shinji Mikami, actually.
Yeah, didn't they team up with Bethesda for that one? Like they did like a cross thing? Or
No,
am
that's
I
only Evil
completely-
Within.
Oh wow, I getting my things completely backwards.
Deathloop is a PS5 exclusive too, though. Time.
Yes.
So, it's weird, but I think, with what StarWind said, it's like, if you're putting it on all these platforms, you're making money off of Nintendo and PlayStation.
Yep.
Because Doom Eternal still is coming out on the Switch.
And also, they're already putting games to Switch as well. I mean, Cuphead, Oni, and the Wisp.
Yeah.
So they're making bank on that as well. Especially, I feel like those games belong more on a Switch than on a Microsoft console.
Did anyone play Ori in the...
I played Ori, and
I
I
played
gotta
the
say,
first one.
that game's amazing.
I have not.
Really? That game's good? Like, I hear people talking about all
No, I
the
mean,
time.
like I've never even seen that.
Oh.
It's like a typical Metroidvania platformer right there, but it's so much fun.
Like, everybody's like, yo, that game was, like, top 5 this year. And I'm just like, what?
That's
What was it
because
called,
the
Ori?
people that are playing it are on Xbox and they have nothing else to play, so they're forced to play Ori.
Wait, you said Ori?
Yeah, Ori.
Oh, look, it's on the Xbox Game Pass. I can try it out later.
I love
Ori in the Blind Forest and Ori in the Will of the Wisp.
Whenever we have
Will of the
these
Wisp is
type
the
of...
second one.
Oh wait, actually,
Yeah,
I
Will
think
of
I've
the
seen
Wisp is
this. I just
second.
never played it.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
super
okay.
popular.
Okay, yeah, I've seen it then. I just didn't recognize the time.
I love
Hey,
it
it's a
whenever
cute little platformer.
we talk about video games and Bugz is like, I'm going to write this down.
This game down for
So-
later.
I'm opening up. I've only barely played a lot of main titles. I've always stayed in my field. I've never actually expanded that much.
Yeah, well, that's what you got us for.
Exactly.
But, do you guys think that Bethesda could pick up other, like, Xbox projects? Like, do you think they're just going to be specifically made to make Bethesda games?
I feel like
Yes.
Xbox will be outsourcing them, like
I
to
hope.
do some different games and everything like that. Like
I don't think
some of
so.
their like IPs.
Because the way it looks right now, it looks like Microsoft is just the financial backer of the company. I don't think they're going to start trying to reallocate resources, especially, again, since they have to keep updating Fallout 76. You have Elder Scrolls 6 on the way and possibly other titles from them. I'm assuming they're going to make another Doom with how profitable it's been.
Oh my God,
I don't think
Doom's
they're going to
been
take away.
Make the
killing.
DLC. Didn't they already produce one DLC already
Yeah.
for Eternal?
Mm-hmm. That game
Yeah,
did
so
really
it
well.
would-
Yeah,
It would not make sense to take anyone away from their teams.
yeah.
Bugs, you
But
said
if
I
anything,
hope not.
maybe they'll have them like create new IPs or something like that.
Why did you say I hope not?
I don't know.
Just
I'm
threw it
just
out
look-
there.
Yeah, I'm literally just looking at all the games that they have right now on the past.
There's a lot of games on there.
Yeah,
A lot
they
of
already
fucking
started.
games.
Yeah,
Like, why do you need to buy games ever again if you own an Xbox?
Did they say like Bethesda games are going to be right to Game Pass?
Yeah, they're
right away,
all going straight to Game Pass.
yeah. You got
Okay.
you got Doom Eternal here already. Dishonored 2, Fallout 76. You have all of that here already.
I guess I can finally play Doom Eternal now.
Yeah, everything is gonna be on Game Pass. I think even like Xbox exclusive games immediately go straight to Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Halo is definitely going to be right up there as soon as it comes out.
Just
Yeah,
like
they already have. They got Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST, Halo 4, Halo. They got almost all the Halos here.
They just need all the Halos.
and
They even
I-
have the Master Chief Collection here.
yeah. I was telling Starwin like this generation is gonna be the generation of like you could just own like a PlayStation, a PC, or an Xbox, Series S. There's $300 to drop on an S. and you can play any game you want, and it's $20 a month, correct? If I'm
The Game Pass?
yeah.
15, I believe.
Yeah, I think they moved up to 15.
It's 10. It's 10 if you just want the online. 15 if you want the online and the games.
That's cheap as fuck.
Oh.
And your first month
Yeah.
is $1.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, and you want to know even something crazier? They have a special program on there where if you do like certain games or get certain achievements, you get points. Those points you can actually redeem to get more Game Pass. Like you can get a month or 3 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Now,
Oh, no,
my
hold on.
achieve-
That,
you know,
I haven't
you know
been
my
paying for
achievement
like
going to thing?
Xbox for like the longest time because of that.
The first 3 months are $1.
Yes.
Wow.
And then it's like 15 after.
And you get EA access, EA Play.
EA Play is part of that too.
I think there's just another whole subscription, I believe.
Oh, here we go. You get Gold, EA Play
Yes.
membership, new games added all the time, including day one
Oh, yeah.
releases. Play directly on console, PC, and Android mobile devices from the cloud. Exclusive member discounts and free perks.
You can't download the games to the console?
No, I don't think so.
I think you
con-
can if you want to. I think you can download them. Like the way I think they're going to be doing that is, if you want to play it right away, you can do the xCloud. But if you want, you can download them so it has like more of a smoother transition, a little bit more faster, so you don't have any like latency lag. But I think you can only play it for like 24 hours, and then after that, you got to reconnect. It's almost like their DMC policy from like the first time they try to implement that.
So this is just an improved version of PlayStation Now, from my understanding.
Pretty much, yeah.
PlayStation Now sucks. That service
Yeah,
is garbage.
I feel like because it was on the PS4, it was garbage, and the PS4 didn't have the best connection. I'm actually curious how PlayStation Now runs on the PS5.
Nah, man, it's garbage still.
Oh,
It
and
wasn't
that conversation.
It wasn't garbage on PS4 because of the connection, though. Like, I feel like I had decent connection. It was garbage on the PS4 because it didn't update your games. Your games still look like shitty PS3 games. Like, I might as well just popped out my PS3 and played them.
Yeah, well, that's supposed to eliminate you having to pop out your PS3, but it also gives you the giant catalog of games to play, something that you would have maybe never played before.
But the thing is if I own an Xbox and I put my Xbox 360 game into my Xbox, the game runs at 60 frames 4K.
But does it do
Depending on
that for the Xbox subscription service?
Yes.
Does it? Oh.
Those games run at 4K, 60 frames per second on your Series X or S.
Interesting.
And if I pay $20 a month for PlayStation Now, I get a 480p, less than 30 frames per second PS3 game that I could just put on my PS3 on my TV and it'll look better. That service is flawed.
This is the gaming future, man.
Yeah.
Subscription services for games.
Well, Sony better fix their subscription service. It's garbage. Game Pass sounds like such a good idea. Like, it just... I don't know,
It benefits
man.
the consumer so much.
It really does. Like, at first I complained about it because I was like, this is really shitty. But they profit pretty well from it.
I just realized they took down the Kingdom Hearts games that they had here.
I wonder why, actually.
Probably Square Enix shifted over to Nintendo.
Square Enix is just be hopping everywhere. It's like,
That's why they make so much money, man. They play with everybody.
I remember they had the...
That's why you got the Smash community now.
FF7 is going to Xbox, isn't it?
It's
Yes.
on every system.
They have FX8 right now.
Have what?
They have FFX 8 right now.
On
And,
Game Pass?
Yeah. Oh wait, they have it actually. Final Fantasy VII Windows Edition.
Oh, so you could play the original one on the...
The
Game
original,
Pass.
yeah.
Oh,
And they're
shit.
gonna add Final Fantasy 13, 13-2, and Lightning Returns, and I think a couple of other Square Enix
Excuse
games.
me?
What
Yeah, we don't need 13. We're good.
I mean, no,
They can
I'd
give us
play it
something better.
again. That's no
yeah,
problem.
I plan on playing 13 again too.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I did not care for 13.
They
at
got
all.
15 here at the moment.
That's a good sweet deal actually too.
But is it the Royal Edition or just the base version?
That is
Probably
just Windows
base.
Edition.
Oh, Windows Edition. Wait, isn't Windows Edition also just
That's just the base
Royal
version.
Edition? Oh, that's just the base. Oh.
Base.
Yeah. The
That
Royal
game
Edition
is-
says Royal, super fancy on it.
That game's Royal Edition is the free one on Plus, right?
Yes. No, it's not free on Plus. It's free for PlayStation 5 users.
Ah, that's okay.
AJ.
StarWind has one too.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Me and him got them from Sony.
Yeah, we got them the same day. Well, no, you got yours a week after me.
My email, yeah. But I think I got my console before you that day.
No, you got yours a week after mine. Literally.
My console?
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Oh no, the console we got the same day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got the email to like pay for it a week after you. Yeah.
Yeah. They were fucking you.
Yeah, I was so scared that I wasn't gonna get one. Oh my god.
I feel bad because the other two guys don't have one. Now we're like here talking.
Yeah, just rub it in, man. Just rub it in.
Listen, I've had
Well-
so many chances to get that fucking PS5.
Yeah,
I had
same.
one in my hand at Best Buy, and they couldn't sell it to me. Oh my god.
Why?
Wait, what?
Because someone bought it online and they did in-store pickup. So when I found it in the store, hiding under so much shit, I bring it to the cashier. So excited, I can feel everyone already getting ready to mug me as soon as I step out of that
Well,
place.
But that's the thing. If they didn't pick it up in time for the online pickup, they should have still been able to sell it to you. It's not.
That's
your
why.
fault. Yeah.
No. That's why it couldn't read. It said product wasn't registered. Like they
Well-
couldn't register because they took it off because the person already like just purchased it and they were
Okay,
going
so
by to pick it up.
as someone who's worked in retail, that's impossible because you have to scan the SKU.
Facts.
They lie to you.
Facts.
When people do online orders,
Fucking
they have to
damn it.
scan.
There was
the-
some foo-foo
scan
lame
the
shit
SKU.
on that.
Yo,
That person wanted the PS5. That's what though. You found his secret
They even got the
PS5.
fucking- oh my god! they
He
even
was
got the
like,
manager
"There's
involved.
one
Son of a
left?"
bitch.
He was like, "How do I
Yeah.
sucker this guy?"
that was a scam.
God, fucking damn it!
He turned around like, "Can you ring me up for this?"
At the moment you walked out, he was like, "Yo, man, I
yo,
hit
ring
it
me up before somebody else finds this. Yo.
I don't know how he found it, bro. I put it under all the toiletries."
Oh man,
Oh man.
that's good stuff.
Uh,
That's sad. I feel sorry.
I mean,
for you,
it
man.
sucks that he,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, go to the next topic before I hang myself. God damn it!
Well, I mean, all right. So Xbox in general, they wanted to buy Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard
Yes.
that, yeah.
Which is a fucking joke in its own right. I
Well, when they
believe.
bought Rare, they thought they got Donkey Kong actually.
Yes. Yes, and all they got was Banjo.
I mean, it was still good. They
Banjo,
just
nuts
had a
and bolts?
Very poor
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that game.
Oh man, they didn't even get GoldenEye, didn't they?
I
I don't think they thought they were getting GoldenEye. I think they thought they were getting Donkey Kong because Rare popularized it. So when they transferred over, they're like, "Hey, where the hell is Donkey Kong?" I was like, "No, that's Nintendo's. We were just doing a thing for it." And they went, "Son of a bitch." And
They're
I'm
like, "Bet,
"Oh,
we're gonna buy
Nintendo's like,
Nintendo."
We'll buy you. We'll buy you right now. Just give us Donkey Kong and Mario.
Oh no, GoldenEye is on Xbox. Yeah, they did get it.
Oh,
Wow, really?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
I'm shocked they haven't like remastered it.
No, they did remaster it.
Mm-hmm. They
Well,
they
not
did.
like a re-remaster, but they re-released it or touched it up for the Wii U.
Oh, so it didn't sell. Got it.
Pretty much, yeah.
No one bought that. Because no one fucking bought a Wii U. I think I'm the only idiot who bought a Wii U. Oh wait, no. There's 3 more
I got
idiots
one
in
too.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
A few more idiots in this.
I got it. Never touched it until Smash
Listen,
came out. I was like, all
I
right.
stopped at Wii.
Hey, that was better for you. Trust me, you benefited.
Yeah.
That's a better
I stopped
outfit.
at Wii and then ended up getting the Switch. So
There you go.
Smart call.
There you go.
Just like the majority of the world.
Well, some people didn't even start with a video game console and own a Switch.
This is also true. Very true.
Fucking so many people out here own Switches, man. It's ridiculous. We were actually talking about that earlier with how how many sales they make in Japan alone off of Switch consoles.
Basically outsold Microsoft.
It outsells
the
everything.
first year. Yeah, they did
Outsells
pretty much.
everything.
Tell them the number one game right now. Konami's number one game.
It's a Monopoly-esque game. I can never remember the name of it, but it's the best-selling game. I think it's been the best-selling game for like 4 weeks now.
Switch.
Yeah, it's a Konami game. It honestly looks like Monopoly, but you're the emperor of Japan, and
see if I can find it.
it's only in Japan, so you're not gonna be
Japanese account.
That makes sense.
I needed it so I can get DLC for SC Cross Race.
What the hell is the name of this game? Oh, Momotaro Densu.
Thank God you said it, because I'm looking at it right now and there's no acronym.
Momotaro Densu. And yeah, it's just like a Monopoly type game. There's a board and you move on it. You get on trains, planes, and boats. You just roll some dice. I don't even think there's mini games in it. Like it's literally just Monopoly, and it's selling like crazy in Japan.
Honestly, looks like Monopoly and Mario Party all in one.
If it had mini games, it would be Mario Party.
I think that
I don't know what it is. I'm looking at it. It's just a guy.
It's Monopoly,
like
bro.
It looks appetizing.
Yeah, on trains. It's dude. If you were to like
said
show
on
me this
trains?
game and be like, "You want to play it?" Yeah, it's all about trains.
Yeah.
You don't get to choose if you want to be the dog or anything. You're just train green, train blue. But I'm looking at this thing and it's like I don't understand what the fuck's going on. And there's a fire demon, cats screaming, a weird plant thing, and then they have like this
Piranha
realistic. Look, I don't know, and there's even like a piece of crap on here as well.
Yes.
All I know is
I'm looking at something that looks like a white eraser with a face, and he's holding a feather duster.
Oh my god!
Oh,
this
yeah.
is so weird.
That sounds like the number one game Konami's ever made to me, to be honest. It sounds amazing. I play that.
Hey, good news. Among Us is second place in Japan.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Among Us is first place here, I believe, right? For Switch?
I think, I'm not sure, I didn't check the American one recently, but for Japan, that is number 2. Number 3 is Breath of the Wild. 4 is Monster Hunter Cross.
Why is Breath of the Wild number 3?
It's on sale at the moment, so that could be a factor.
So as of December 24th, they had passed the milestone of 17 million systems in Japan alone for the Switch. That was in December.
And you know it's definitely a lot more now.
In just Japan.
Yeah,
Nintendo is killing it.
That's almost 25% of the population.
Yeah.
In 1 month. That's insane.
That's ridiculous.
There's no fucking way. That's crazy to me. And they're buying piece of crap dust feather Monopoly
White
games.
feather duster.
That's what Japan is.
I mean, what else would you want to play while you're on your train ride home from work but a game about trains, right?
I mean, I could think of several other games, but hey, who am I to judge?
Yeah, I guess. Maybe it's just the name Konami. Maybe that's just it.
I mean, they do have a ton of pachinko machines out there. They make crazy money off that, but I don't see how that would.
I think there was a press release saying if you actually buy this game, we might consider Silent Hill and Metal Gear Solid again.
So it says the game mechanics are often compared to board games Sogoroku and Monopoly. So there you go.
Yeah, it's a Monopoly-esque game. It's just animated Monopoly.
Sogoroku, that sounds familiar. Sounds very familiar.
First,
what is that?
It's like Snakes and Ladders, apparently.
I don't know that guy. Who's that man?
Who? We're talking about a board game.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't know this game.
It sounds familiar, but oh well, whatever. I thought.
Are you thinking of Sengoku? Sengoku sounds similar to that word that he just said.
Sengoku's the thing in the game in Teppen now, isn't it?
Sengoku is an era in Japan.
Oh, never mind. What's the cards that are in Teppen?
I thought you were saying Son Goku. Like I was like, are you talking about
They're
Dragon
from Sengoku Parasa, which is the game series.
So I was still right.
Yeah,
Okay.
somewhat.
I don't feel stupid now. Okay, cool. But I guess the big thing that we're getting from this is it's rare whenever Nintendo even like, because like Nintendo is so focused, like you said earlier when we were playing Overwatch, they don't really cater to the Western audience as much as
Sony and Capcom and other companies based out of
Square
Japan.
Enix and stuff like that. They kind of keep to their own, in Japan. And granted, because they make so much fucking money in Japan, I think they make more money than they do here.
100%.
So whenever they outsource or buy companies like Next Level, it's big news, right?
Yeah.
100%.
Because Nintendo doesn't do that.
Which I also wasn't aware that Next Level made all of the Luigi Mansion games. I didn't know that.
Yes. They're based in Canada, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, I don't think they made the first one. I think they helped port it for the 3DS, but they definitely helped with Dark Moon and Luigi's Mansion 3.
So, from my understanding, Sakamoto was just the director for the game, and he was helping Next Level, I guess, put out his dream or his idea of what the game was. But they've been connected to the game since the first one.
Interesting.
Yeah,
it's odd.
Yeah, I had no idea.
We had a conversation a while ago actually about like Nintendo working with other people, and they never do it, and that was one of the ones I brought up. So I'm actually pretty shocked that they ended up buying them. But then again, I guess they want them to stay in the umbrella,
Yes.
of Nintendo.
It's
like
kind of weird that they would bring them in and kind of leave out Retro. Because Retro, I feel like they need to buy right there, especially with their great work for the Metroid Prime series.
Retro.
But somebody else is making Metroid Prime 4, aren't they?
No, what happened was Retro Studios, I think that's the name of them. I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong on it.
Who makes Metroid Prime?
Because originally Metroid Prime 4 was going to be like an in-house development, and then they said it didn't feel right, so they scrapped it and actually handed the rings back over to Retro Studios, I guess. It is Retro. So they handed the reins over to them, and Retro also did the Donkey Kong Country Returns games.
You mean Tropical Freeze?
They did Tropical Freeze and Donkey Kong Country Returns as well. They did that
and Mario Kart 7.
Wow.
Oh yeah, they helped out with that one as well.
They
And
outsourced
all
all of that?
Yeah.
That's why I'm surprised they haven't bought them up, because they use them as like a third party or outsourced material for like certain companies.
That's why.
So-
oh, go ahead.
On the Retro Studio website, it says that they're a Nintendo partner. I'm assuming they probably have some sort of agreement with Nintendo that they only produce their games. Now, there's a possibility that Retro doesn't want to sell to Nintendo, and that's why they haven't been bought out. That's the only thing that I
Could
can
be it,
speculate.
too. That could be.
They just don't want to be owned by Nintendo.
Well, that usually leads to bad things. Usually leads to your company getting shut down, and then they buy out your assets, and they buy out like some of your devs, and then the rest of them is just in the garbage.
If we need any information on this, we could just contact EA, right?
Yeah, we'll just ask EA. EA is prime example number fucking 1. Honestly, like Visceral Games. Oh god, don't even get me started on Visceral Games, man. That's
Yeah, I don't want to start yelling and screaming about Dead Space and have it's way too soon.
man.
But-
Capcom did it too.
Studios, right?
What was that?
Studio or Blue Castle Games, I think
Blue
they were
Castle,
called.
yeah. The what
Blue
happened
Castle.
we watched. Dead Rising.
Jesus, man.
Which
But,
what happened?
oh, what were you gonna say? I was gonna say, like before we like switch over to like those other things, like for Switch, what company or what development studio do you think they should buy out next if they get the chance?
I always feel like Nintendo. has the power to buy Sega.
It's not profitable enough. That's the issue.
I always feel like Nintendo can make it profitable. That's the thing.
But that's a
I can see
risk
that happening.
that I don't think Nintendo's willing to take. To have to buy out the company, to have to buy out the licenses, and then again to put time and resources to a development team. Who knows how long the game is going to take to put out, and then to see if it actually sells on their hardware. Nah, that's too much. For now, it's a lot easier for them just to have the partnership with Sega, and then just rake in like small royalties here and there.
How do you imagine Yakuza being made by Nintendo?
That game would run so terribly bad.
That game would be ass garbage, and I've only played one of them, so I can't
Oh my
even
God.
imagine, bro.
So I feel like they should buy Platinum Studios.
Never.
I
Never.
feel like they should, because honestly, Astral Chain, amazing, and it's crazy how we only got that because Microsoft canceled Scalebound.
Yeah. And then Nintendo
No,
could revive Scalebound.
I feel
Actually,
like
I was waiting for that because they were in talks, and after that we got Astral Chain instead, because Astral Chain was supposed to be like Scalebound, or as like a medieval setting, but like partway through development they were like, yeah, let's scrap this and make it more like future punk type deal. And honestly, that was like the best concept they could have gone for right there.
I don't think Nintendo would want to buy Platinum just because of Hideki. That man is a controversy all in himself.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot he's the owner of Platinum Games.
Yeah.
Wait,
That man just blocks everyone
So-
on Twitter.
Hideki Kamiya is the owner of Platinum Games.
Uh-huh.
He made the first Devil May Cry, to give you some.
And 2 Bayonetta games.
yes, he made one of the Resident Evils, I believe. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
I think he helped with the second one. Didn't he?
Yes. He directed the second one.
Yeah, he directed the second game.
Yeah.
Like, the guy is amazing, but
Yeah,
he's
he's a
just
genius.
known for being very problematic and taking things to his own pace, which is why Scalebound got canceled, because he wasn't used to companies like Microsoft breathing down his neck, expecting a product at a certain time and a certain date.
Yeah.
Which is why I was honestly super amazed when they partnered up with him to release Bayonetta on the Wii U, and now to have Bayonetta 3 coming out exclusively on the Switch, because we
Wait, I'm
never
sorry,
know when the
Bayonetta
game's
3 is
ever
coming
going.
out?
It's coming out.
That's a game?
TBD.
Yeah, see, this is a prime example. We have no information about this game, and for all we know, he's just constantly changing up what's going to happen with it, or he doesn't like it. I mean, which honestly, if the man's a perfectionist, let him be. No, to each his own. But
Yeah.
we never know when the game's going to drop because
like
of the
Square
way
Enix.
that he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Square Enix has its own problem.
Square Enix, man. They how long Kingdom Hearts 3 took?
God. Man.
The
Hang on.
size everywhere.
When did 2 come out again?
2 came out, what,
I
2000?
no,
was like
yes,
back
2.
in middle school.
2005?
Yeah.
Something like that.
God, yeah, it
Yeah.
seems like, oh man.
Remember when FF15 was a PS3 game? And it was called Final Fantasy Versus
Remember
13?
FF13 was going to be a thing? No, FF Versus?
FF13 Versus
Oh yeah, excuse me, that was the title of the game. Oh.
with Noctis sitting in the throne,
Yep.
Mr. Edgelord Supreme.
And then FF7 got announced back in what? 2015?
I think it got announced in 2017?
No, it wasn't that close.
I think it was like around 2016, 2017.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, it was in development for maybe 4 or 5 years. I don't think it was.
I mean, if it was 4 years, then 2016 does sound appropriate for it, since we got it in 2020.
Our fact checker got it.
It was announced at the 2015 Expo.
15.
They're 2015.
Jesus
Of
Christ. 5 years ago. Shit.
I love how on top of everything Bugz is. He's like, I hear his keyboard going on. Everybody
It's
talks
something
about
else. I was typing in something else.
If I ever need a fact check, just go, Bugs, need this really quick.
Gotcha.
Yeah, those games take forever. But I mean, I don't think I think I agree with StarWind. Nintendo would like to avoid those problematic things. If they just keep a nice, steady partnership for games like Bayonetta and Astral Chain or whatever else comes out, I feel that they can avoid these certain issues with him and just get like 1 or 2 games, let him do his own thing on the side, you know, call him up when you want one more game done, and you just leave him to do his thing on the side again, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's just smoother. But Nintendo, I feel like they're stubborn. Like, they're so stubborn. And
they do have like a lot of problematic things because they're kind of set in the past with a few traditions and such.
But see, I feel like you're looking at it with a Western point of view. You have to remember that this is a Japanese company with Japanese values and morals, which is something that I think plays into all the decisions that they make, where they're not trying to cater to the West because they want to take care of Japan first. They have like they're very nationalist. They have pride that they're Japanese. So it doesn't really make sense for them to change their values so much just to appeal to our views when that wouldn't sit well with their population, like the majority demographic for their games. It doesn't make sense. That's like me telling you to change something about the way that you live just because I live 3 towns over, and I'm like, that's not how we do it over there.
But it's also like you and your friends being raised in the same like apartment building,
Mm-hmm.
and then y'all meet up like 30 years later, and that one kid is still in the apartment building with his mom.
I mean, we've seen a lot of those people.
You know?
But if he remodeled his whole apartment and it looks better than the house you're in now, I don't blame him for staying.
I don't know, man. It's just... I guess. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, right?
I mean, Nintendo's making massive amounts of money right now for the decisions they're making.
That they don't fucking deserve. I'm sorry. I don't mean to throw that out there. I don't think they fucking deserve a cent that they're making. I think that they get away with making subpar games that just look nice enough for people to buy.
Well,
Wait.
the most recent subpar game.
Yeah, I was about to say, name some subpar games that Nintendo pushed out
Odyssey,
recently.
Mario Kart 8, Breath of the Wild. Sorry.
I can't even say Mario Kart. That was a port right there.
Besides Astral Chain, I feel like Smash. There's those 2 games that I feel like were decent enough. Ooh, there's like a motorcycle farting outside my window. I just don't think Nintendo made anything worth of anything in the last 3 years.
I don't know. I disagree with that.
Like
I really liked Paper Mario, man. Paper Mario was I really liked.
Well, you personally may have liked Paper Mario, but what did Paper Mario do for the Switch? You know, what did Paper
They
Mario
really
do
increased the
for
sales.
Apparently, but that's Konami's job, not Paper Mario. So, Konami is the one boosting up fucking sales. But I feel like they're just, I don't know. I guess it's a hot take. It's a controversial opinion.
Yeah, because I can list like a good number of like games
Go ahead.
right now.
Shoot from the
Oh,
hip.
wait. Before you do that, are these games that have been on other consoles before or actual Switch titles? Games that are exclusive to the Switch?
I don't count
Actual
Xenoblade.
Yeah, this
actual
is
Switch
exactly
titles.
why I said that.
Actual Switch titles.
Okay, shoot.
First party.
First party games right off the bat. We got Marvel vs. Capcom. Not Marvel vs. Capcom. Sorry, it's completely wrong. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3: Black Order. That was a good game. Even though a lot of people were like a little disappointed.
Yeah, I don't count that one.
I
Though.
thought it was good. What happened?
I thought it was good too, but I love that game. But I don't count that one.
I would count it just because.
Didn't that come out last year? That came out last year.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that came out last year. But it's like just like in the past like backlog of like games and categories that they like pushed out. I would say that's one of them. Xenoblade.
Xenoblade is a port though.
No, Xenoblade. Well, I wouldn't. Well, I'm like saying like further more. Like I'm not going to say like in the past year because that list. I would probably just go with Ring Fit Adventure, Astral Chain. God.
Koei Tecmo did.
You guys are having a hard time, by the way. I'm just saying.
No, wait.
So many games are like listed out of order. And I'm looking at.
Ultimate Alliance was made by Koei Tecmo. That's not Nintendo.
It's not Nintendo, but Nintendo produced it, and you could only get it on there.
I'm making the argument of.
But see, that they didn't develop the game. they're just pushing out the game. You have to look at who's developing the game.
They published it.
Koei
They looked
Tecmo.
at it and was like, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, with a lot of their games, they do push them out to like other companies to help out with like developing and everything like that.
So Nintendo isn't actually putting out good games. Koei Tecmo is, which we know because they
Koei
operate on
Tecmo,
multiple
my god,
platforms.
how hard is it to say Koei Tecmo?
All right, Koei. That's it.
Come on, man, you
makes
speak
a really
Japanese.
Oi Tecmo-san.
I feel like if you look at the Switch, they basically put at the bottom like the people who did develop and like produce and everything like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm on the Switch website right now, and I'm looking at Marvel Ultimate Alliance, made by Koei.
It's made by them, but they did produce it, so I would count it with that. It may not have been first party, but they did put up the money for it.
Yeah, but see, we're asking for first-party Nintendo games that aren't subpar.
You can maybe
Okay, so
say
we're-
Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but, you know, again...
I would say Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Tokyo Mirage I can't put down on there, unfortunately. Ring Fit Adventure I definitely would put down there. Pokemon.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
You want to put Pokemon down there?
I'm sorry. Sword and Shield, don't do that.
You're the only person that's gonna sit here and say you like it.
I thought it was a good game. I'm not going to lie. But I do feel like the DLC should have just been already included in the game. That's what I'm going to say.
There was a DLC for that game.
There's
Yeah.
2 DLCs.
It takes you to 2 different areas, and I feel like that should have been like the post game.
Bugz, you want to know what the DLC for that game was?
What was it?
More Pokemon.
Pokemon.
They literally
Are
gave you...
you referring to the Alolan Pokemon or not?
No, old Pokemon. They made you pay for older Pokemon that should have already been in the game.
Oh.
$30.
Because there's limitations and restraints that had to be taken when making it for the Switch. Sure, when you fucking did it on X and Y, Sun and Moon, and the GameCube back in fucking XD and Coliseum. Don't even get me started on Pokemon. That's not a topic I want to get into.
But the Pokemon models are so much better now.
They're really not, bro. Pokemon Stadium got better Pokemon models than fucking.
Man, they
Sword
gotta
and
make
Shield.
the attacks more realistic.
Have you seen the way they look when they attack?
The animations are horrendous.
They could have been better.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Have you
personally, the one thing that bugs me about Pokemon games too is like, Pokemon can talk, like they can say their names. They have them making some weird ass noise.
Oh,
Pikachu's
Pikachu's the
the-
anime
also
sense.
very-
Well, I think they
Pikachu-
only did
Pikachu is the only one that actually
names
says Pikachu.
for the
Pikachu.
anime.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah,
think that
because
was
they
the only
wanted
reason right
Kids
there.
to remember the names.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the only way I can remember them. That and the
Facts.
Poke Rap.
Same.
The Pokérap.
I agree. I concur on that statement. But I just feel like
Rap to get like that Pikachu Volkswagen car right there.
Like
Or does anyone not remember that?
I don't remember.
I
that
do
one.
not.
So they had a thing on Kids WB where if you can remember all 150 Pokemon through the Pokemon Pokerap, you send in like a card or something like that, and you get a chance to win a Pikachu themed BMW. And when I mean
shit.
Pikachu themed, I mean this thing looks like Pikachu basically. It's like a Volkswagen, the little Beetle with Pokemon ears, a Pikachu tail, and like the red cheeks as like headlights. It was like, I want that as a kid, even though I did not know how to drive, but I was gonna try and get it.
Your mom would
Oh
not
my
take you anywhere in
God.
that car.
When you
feel
turn
like-
18, you could ride it.
I feel like you would just like have so many kids around that car to the point where they would be like, man, we're gonna need you to step out of the car for this. Like,
And then it'll
they
be
would be like, you're a
vandalized.
pedophile.
But yeah,
Nintendo would have loved that.
I feel like maybe you can count Pokemon because it was a system seller,
It was a system. I would say that was a good system seller.
but I don't think it was a good game. I
It
guess
was-
you could put it like
it
that.
could have been better. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, I'm like going through like the list right now. Just
So
like,
wouldn't that
all
make it
these,
subpar because there is room for improvement on the game?
They're not going to improve it though.
been improving it little by little, actually.
So it started out subpar and now it's getting better.
I mean, what game does not come out subpar and then it gets better on? I mean,
Wait, is
The
this
first
car? Hold on.
Xenoblade
Is
was
this the car?
amazing.
Was this the
He really found the picture of the car.
That is the
I really
car.
wanted to see the car.
I
That
remember
is the
this. Yeah, I remember this.
actually, I think
I've seen
that's like
this.
an updated model of it, actually.
I wonder how much the original one would sell for right now. Like that must be a lot of money.
I just realized we're gonna have to edit in like some pictures for this so people can see
Yeah, I can
like
do
the
that.
car.
But yeah, I mean, like, okay, I can list a few games that have come out that I guess to kind of go on my side here. So Pokemon, right? All right, or whatever. Luigi's Mansion 3 came out, but again, that was outsourced, right? So we don't count that.
That was that was next level.
Well, technically now they own it Next Level, so I guess
Yeah,
count.
like I said, you can't because a lot of game companies they do like the first party, but then they do also outsource a lot of stuff just to save time.
They're also the assholes who gave us Super Mario 3D Collection.
An emulated game on the Switch.
I mean, I'm happy it came out, but I just don't understand why it's going to be taken away. And I feel like, are they going to take my physical copy as soon as like, March 30th?
Yep, Nintendo's gonna run right into your house.
The Nintendo Ninjas.
Yeah.
They're gonna show up at your door.
And then they're going to sell it back to me.
It just like I said, it just baffles me that Nintendo makes as much money as it fucking does because I don't think they're making good games. Like
like I said, I would disagree. I feel like they do make a lot of good games. I feel like they probably make the best exclusive game content. Compared to, like, the other three.
Ooh, I don't know about that one. That one's rough.
Like, dude, everything that they like put out, I'll like pick up. Like, I will get a Switch.
But that's you personally. Like, I'm not trying to put my like fanboyism, right? Because I love Breath of the Wild. I thoroughly enjoy Breath of the Wild, but I don't think it's a good game. Like,
whoa. You don't think Breath of the Wild is a good game?
No, I
It's
don't
really
think
not.
it's a good game at all. I think it's ass, to be honest.
I'm not gonna lie. One of my friends texted me about that because he's having trouble with that game, and I feel like you two would be best friends. But you would also have to have a horrible opinion on The Last of Us Part 2 because he hated that game as well.
Well,
It just sounds like that guy doesn't like anything.
yeah.
He fucking texted me saying, "Hey, I'm kind of stuck. I don't know where to go. I can't find the cursed village." I'm like, "Use the Sheikah Slate. I'll put a waypoint." All right, cool. I just don't like the controls. It's all weird and everything like that. Like, why is this
It
happening?
sounds like more he's bad at video games.
Yeah, it sounds like he's really bad at video games.
Yeah. So hang on. What was the problem with Breath of the Wild? I gotta hear this one.
My problem with Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
It's super basic. That game is like dry, bare bones fucking basic compared to other Zeldas at least. Like the game is just
I mean, yeah, because they don't give you the story right then and there. You kind of have to like dig in for the lore, and that was like the really appealing part towards me. You wake up brand new, fresh out of everything, and then you're just trying to figure out what the hell happened, and you could just either go point A to point B, or you could just go straight to Z.
So it's a
and
time
finish
sink.
the game. Time sink? I guess you can say that.
I just can't like I said, I liked it. Have I played it again? No. But
I've wanted to play it so badly, but my friend still has the fucking copy I lent him.
the issue with me is that the reason I don't want to sit here and play it again is because it feels like a chore. Like, and then having to deal with your weapons breaking all the damn time, and like, I don't know, man. It's just too dry for me. I'm sorry. Like the game is
Okay,
super...
so the weapon thing, I feel like was a mechanic made to sell amiibos. So that's a complete separate issue.
And this is the company you want to fucking... I'm sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. I can't, man.
It's the truth.
I can't.
It's a bad mechanic because Nintendo wants to profit. They're making people buy amiibos to get in-game weapons because they know your weapons are going to break so fast.
And then the Master Sword, and then, like, I don't know. It's just... I guess.
So like, honestly, the amiibo selling part, you can still get them with just like any basic like Zelda game ones. The only reason you bought like the Breath of the Wild ones is because you like the design and you like the game. Because they
No,
even
but
said
you got
right up
special
front-
armor. You got
They said
special
right
armor
up
for
front
all
if
those
you
amiibos.
got only if they were Zelda themed. If they had like if you had the Zelda Smash Brothers.
How many
you could
Zelda
still get
amiibos
that.
are there?
For Smash, there's 4 in total.
And then there's the 4 Guardians. There's Wolf Link. There's 3 different Zeldas. There's
Say, like this was like beforehand. Like probably one that you benefit the most from was probably the Wolf Link amiibo. If you had that, you can actually get Wolf Link as a companion in the game, which I thought was amazing. But if you want to get like Epona you want to get like certain weapons, like Twilight Princess or anything like that. If you had like the Smash Brother amiibos, you were all set. You didn't need to get like. Yeah,
no, that's not true at all. Each amiibo gives you something different. There's even a chart online that tells you what items and what roles come from each amiibo. There's so many items you can get from the game just from having those amiibos.
Hold on,
and that's what I'm saying. Like
our fact checker. Hold on.
Yes,
no,
please.
Because I know because I've seen somebody do it. But
I know I've seen like the chart because that's how I got some of the things. But a lot of them just came from the whatchamacallit. Came from I'm forgetting the name now. Smash Brothers.
So from someone who's put at least 250 hours into that game, I hate that game. And I have almost every single one of the Zelda amiibos. I'm 100% telling you, you have to have all the amiibos to get all of the different items. And you have to keep tapping them because it's rolls.
It's random.
It's not like 100% that you're gonna get it. That's why I'm telling you. Like certain bows you can only get from having certain Zelda amiibos. Then there's
the
certain
bow
outfits.
is only from Zelda. Like so this is how it works.
So there's the Breath of the Wild Zelda who gives you different outfits, and then there's the Twilight Princess one that gives you a different outfit. And then there was there's a third Zelda. I can't remember what game it's from. But she also gives you
Skyward Sword.
Yeah, that's she also gives you different items.
Yeah, like those. Okay, like those. I'm saying like those. Basically, like you get the outfits and everything like that. But they put those out way before.
But they resold them when Breath of the Wild came out. All those amiibos went back on the market when Breath of the Wild came out because of what you could do with the amiibos.
And they've gone back on the market recently again when Link's Awakening came out.
Yep. They know what they're doing. They're using the game to sell amiibos.
And then
I'd rather buy the amiibos and instead of just getting like a regular thing of DLC, because at least with the amiibos I have like a really cool like figurine to look at and everything like that.
I agree with you 100%. That's why I have all the amiibos. But
I'm saying
it
like
sucks.
I'm saying the newer ones, like the Breath of the Wild ones, like the Archer Link, horseback riding Link, the Forge Guardians, and the Zelda, the Moblin, and everything like that. You didn't really need those to get those special things. You needed the previous ones.
But the Breath of the Wild ones gave you items that you needed to build or craft other items. Like the Guardians,
you can easily find the other ones. Yeah, but you can find those. Like those were just quick fixes.
Yeah, but early game you can't kill a Guardian unless you know exactly like 100% like how to shield parry the blast and everything.
Yeah, that's why. First time you're not going to kill it, but when you play around for like the second time or anything.
So what you're telling me is that Breath of the Wild has pay to win mechanics, because if I can start up the game and then use the amiibos to get items super early game, that's pay to win, bro.
This is getting heated real fast.
That's not pay to win.
That is 100% pay to win.
That's not pay to win.
This is what I want from the podcast, guys. I'm just letting you know.
Pay to win is basically like, let's say it's a multiplayer type deal, and someone gets like a gun, and they basically jump ahead of like 13 other like levels to get it.
Star Wars Battlefront.
Perfect. Exactly. EA is the perfect example of that. Breath of the Wild, you don't need those amiibos. You can just get that stuff in the game by yourself at your own pace. But if you're really gonna be that desperate, yeah, you can get them. But honestly, if you're just a collector, you can just buy them.
Question. Because I played Star Wars Battlefront, right?
Yeah.
Dog shit of a game, but I loved it. I didn't buy any of the weapons in that game, and I still racked up a lot of wins. So, isn't that kind of the same argument then? Like, where it's still pay to win, but you still don't really need it. I can still enjoy Battlefront.
Exactly like that. But if compared to like a person who's not very skilled versus like another person, you're gonna feel a little intimidated, and you're gonna want to buy like the cards and everything like that to try and kind of boost up your game.
The Guardian is the higher skill person to your Bear Link.
The Guardian is a learning curve, man. Like honestly, if you can't beat it right away, you're gonna take your time and try and figure out how to handle it. You're not gonna.
Or I can use my amiibo that I paid for to get items and armor to let me one-shot it.
Even if you have the armor and everything like that, you're not gonna be able to do much because your health is like shit. You only got like 3 things.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm gonna one-shot it. I'm gonna pull out the Hero of Light bow, and I'm gonna shoot him right in the face.
You can't one-shot it with the Hero of Light bow.
Yes, you can. Early game, yes, you can.
Oof. We need a referee. Bugs, are you officiating?
I hate
this game. How is that not pay to win? If I can buy an item and thus beat the enemies in the game faster, which something that I wouldn't have been able to do before, that's pay to win. I'm paying to break the game.
Do you need it,
progress.
Do you need it though?
You don't need to pay to win in anything. In Fortnite, you don't need to buy any. But it's still pay to win.
Fortnite is definitely not pay to win.
Yeah, Fortnite's not pay to win. You
it's
buy
not.
skins.
But what I was saying
that's
was
just
like
skins,
you buy
that's just
cosmetics.
That's pay to enjoy.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well,
I still think it's pay to win.
so
Disagree. That's all I'm gonna say.
I guess.
I like it.
Yeah, right. Me too. I'm enjoying this.
I was about to go make some popcorn. Shit.
Facts.
If you want this podcast to go on for like another 3 hours, then by all means.
Man, I
It's
think
gonna be yelling and screaming.
I would like the next 200 episodes after this to be like this. I'll let you know that. I can tell you that. This is exactly what I'm
She
looking
just
for.
do this all in 1 week. We just break them up and all right, part 6 on the pay to win debate right now.
This is where you put a poll up right now, and you just put "Is Breath of the Wild pay to win?" Yes, and then have everybody just vote on it.
As soon as I see the graphic, people are like, "It is pay to win." What the fuck's wrong with you people? Are you not good games?
All the Breath of the Wild fanboys are gonna defend it.
Oh, trust me. Oh my God, StarWind, you and I are gonna get all of the hate if this video becomes popular. I tell you right now, you're gonna get shit on for our opinions, especially bro. I said Pokemon and Breath of the Wild. Oh no, it's over for me. It's so
It's
over.
officially canceled now.
The facts.
Second episode in. It's out.
Oh man.
I actually
Well,
wanna,
enough about Nintendo before things get way too heated. Let's talk about some Sony games.
yeah, we'll
God,
leave it
getting
at that.
heated now.
Well, Sony, which is who I personally believe is the king of exclusives.
Big facts. I second that.
They
God.
haven't acquired any companies as of late, right? Not recently.
Insomnia. Not
no.
recently, no. The only major one they purchased was Insomnia.
Which was the last one, right?
Yes.
Yeah, which was actually a smart move on their part.
Yes, because Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
And
Yeah,
Ratchet and
definitely
Clank.
Spider-Man.
That's my childhood right there, Ratchet and Clank.
Have you seen the new Ratchet
Didn't
and Clank?
they also do Crash? Who
No.
did the last Crash?
Crash.
No. That's
Crash
Activision.
was Toys for Bob's.
Oh yeah.
But if we're gonna go to the Insane trilogy, that was Vicarious Vision.
Okay.
I thought Toys for Bob also did the trilogy. I know they did the Spyro.
They did the Spyro trilogy.
Spyro trilogy. They didn't do Crash.
They liked the way
Okay.
they did the Spyro trilogy, and they were like, okay,
Yeah.
here you go.
No, we can give this over to you.
Did they
They
do
basically made them battle it out right there.
Did they do Crash Racing? Or was that Vicarious?
Vicarious did that.
But
Vicarious did that, and also Vicarious did the Tony Hawk remakes.
ooh.
Oh.
Did they did SpongeBob as well?
Yes.
Yeah, they did.
I love that game. That game's amazing.
Get it, but
Bugz, have you seen
price.
the recent Ratchet and Clank?
The movie?
No, the game.
Oh, I was about to say.
The PS5 one.
So hang on, with that game, is it like completely rebooted now, like the whole series?
Oh, that I don't know.
Because
I can't answer that.
that's going to drive me crazy because they left it off in like a weird place with Into the Nexus.
I didn't even play that one, so I can't even say.
I mean, maybe it was very short, but if you got it for like $20, it was a good buy.
Actually, I think it might be a continuation of the PS4 reboot.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Is it like, are they gonna? I thought the reboot was just gonna go correspond with the movie that happened.
Was the movie
I didn't
good?
think they were gonna.
It did
I
not
heard
sell
that.
well.
Yeah,
I
I heard it was
kind of like
supposed
it
to-
though.
It didn't do well to the point where they canceled the Sly Cooper movie.
Ooh.
That's
Yes.
another one of my childhood games right there.
Facts.
I
When
was
are
so
they
upset.
bringing back Sly Cooper? Right?
Facts,
I
facts.
think they got a. I think they got a see about Sans or Big Red Button.
They brought back Medieval. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
but I don't think that sold well.
It didn't.
Decent time.
No, Medieval.
I honestly don't know.
I don't
bought it.
think it sold well.
It was fun.
It's like constantly on sale.
Yeah, I got it.
People
like
just looked at it and
$15.
was like, "Is this PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale?"
I missed that game too. Honestly.
I'm not gonna lie, that was actually a decent game. It
game was
wasn't
really fun.
terrible.
Yeah.
It wasn't terrible. It was good.
It had room for improvement. That's where I thought they were making another one.
They just needed to put in actual Sony mascots and like major hitters. Because honestly, when I think Dante, I'm not thinking that emo piece
Yeah.
of shit from DMC.
Yeah, but they have enough Sony like characters now for that.
Yeah, but I mean, they already had, but I don't know what the hell happened. They just didn't like bother reaching out or anything like that. Like
Mhm.
no Lara Croft,
Mm-hmm.
no Abe, which apparently was going to be DLC, no darts. It's like, what the hell? What were you people thinking?
Yeah, but now you got Kratos, new Kratos, and you got Joel and Ellie.
I would actually love to see old Kratos.
Dust climbers.
There's Jin now from Ghost of Tsushima, Aloy,
Yes.
Sam Bridges.
I mean, if they want, they could try and put Spider-Man in there.
Ooh,
I doubt it.
yeah, that's
I mean-
a hard buy.
I mean, here's the thing. I feel like that would be like the new Goku and Smash type deal if they ever made a new PlayStation All-Stars.
Yeah, I could see that. But oof, Marvel. That's a
They're
different
gonna be asking
discussion
for
for
the
a
big
different
bucks.
day.
You don't even talk to Marvel. You just talk to Mickey Mouse. You get on your hands and knees and beg.
Yeah, Marvel and Disney. We could dedicate a whole podcast to Marvel and Disney, but
Yeah.
but yeah, Sony bought Insomniac. How much did they buy it for? I put it in the Discord.
229 million.
Ooh,
Wow.
It's not
that's a
that bad,
big
actually.
acquisition. But the new Ratchet and Clank looks amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
The game takes advantage of its super fast loading times to load in a new world every time you open a portal. Like, that's insane to me.
Yeah. You saw the demo too, right? For it?
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
how a lot of different weapons now implement on like that mechanic.
Yeah, it's fucking
So-
crazy.
It's. I wish they would make like more announcements on that game.
It comes out this year?
Hopefully.
I wanna say. It seems like we're all picking it up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. If I can get a hint, then yes.
Yeah. Miles Morales was very good. It was a short game, but you know, it's a spin-off. It's like
Oh yeah. Ratchet and Clank is coming out this year.
Okay.
This.
Miles Morales was like Lost Legacy, right? That's what it's called? Uncharted Lost Legacy?
Yes. Yes.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it's like that. Miles Morales was fantastic, though. Oh my god, I'm ready to play it again. To be honest, the game is gorgeous. There's a part
So
in the game
badly.
where it's snowing, and you're just swinging through New York City covered in snow, and it's so beautiful. Like, ugh.
I'm wondering if they're gonna do DLC for that game as well.
I hope so. Actually, I'd buy that shit. Sony could take
See,
all my
that's
money.
and that's why I just want to slap my friend because he said he didn't like it. I was like, what?
Why?
He didn't
Oh,
like
no.
Miles Morales.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, why would I want to play this where I could just play Spider-Man because I want to see the Sinister Six and all that. I'm like, but Miles Morales has it's his own person. His own
Yeah,
thing.
It's a brand new
He's
game.
like, nah, I didn't like it. I was like,
That's that Peter Parker fanboy coming out.
no, but not even that. I was like,
Well,
listen,
no, here's the thing. I'm a Peter
I know
Parker
you
fanboy,
smoke,
and I could say Miles.
but what are you smoking?
Yeah.
Even I know I don't got the game, but it looks amazing.
It does. I've watched the first mission a good 300 times.
When you fight Rhino.
Where you fight Rhino, where you spoilers if anyone's like listening. Yeah, when you fight Rhino, and then afterwards, like Peter inaugurates you as like the Spider-Man of the city.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have to stop myself every time from not just watching the full game because it's so beautiful, and I'm like, I want to experience it.
There's a part in the game, personally for me that like killed it for me. There's a part where you go home, and you're walking in Miles' apartment with his mom and everything, and they're like playing music, and there's like his mom speaking Spanish to him, and like there's like a bunch of viejita shit in the apartment, like the most like Puerto Rican shit you could find in an apartment. I saw my childhood apartment in there, and immediately I was hooked. This is amazing. There's a little coquille in the bathroom. Like, man, I lost it.
Hey,
I
let's
fucking
go.
lost it, man. That shit. tug of
See,
my heartstrings.
it gets too real when they pull out the chancla though.
Yeah, it gets way too real.
I start having PTSD right away.
It was amazing, man.
It's either the chocleta or the belt. Those two right there.
Or the wooden spoon in the kitchen. Just...
See, my mother was never like that. She just showed me the chancleta, and I already knew I had to stop that shit right then and there.
Slowly
Even my
sit
father
down.
knew.
Oh, there was
Yeah, exactly.
the I don't know if you guys ever seen, like, you know, your grandparents or whatever, they have those brown tables, the disgusting fucking, like, brown tables that they would have in the living room. And they had, like, the white drape on it. Whatever the fuck that thing is called. I don't know what it is. It was in the game. And then there was a rooster, a giant rooster. And I was like, this is mad Hispanic. Oh my god, I love it. This is amazing. But, there's... I don't want to get controversial, so I'm not going to mention this one. Go ahead. Whoever else wants to go.
I'm here for it.
You here for the controversy? There was a lot of controversy with the first Peter Parker, like, you know, the Spider-Man PS4, where he talked to a lot of cops.
Oh god, that shit again.
And there was
They were saying he was like promoting the agenda of like cops and fascism.
yes, like he was helping police. Like
It's like, you know, that's what he does, right? In the comics as well.
he saves lives. It's Spider-Man, you know.
Yeah.
And in this game, they tried to eliminate police in general. Like, there's no cops.
You can kind of get where they were going for with like this one, because you are playing as a Jamaican, Puerto Rican teenager who's basically trying to figure out like what side of the fence he's on and how is he able to live up and hold this legacy of Spider-Man and still do good to his community and to his mentor.
Instead, there's this like militia that kind of like is there. They act as the police, and you can tell they're shady and they're like super evil, but they pretend to like be good. And
It's every Spider-Man comic.
and you guys, I'm sure you guys seen the bridge fight because that's in the in the E3 trailer, whatever it is. There's the militia shooting like ready to shoot the bad guys. I'm like, we're the police. Like, where are the cops? No one's gonna stop this. Like, it's just these two evil ass goons fighting each other on the bridge, blowing it up. I guess. Just like how Peter let Miles take over. The cops are like, you know what, militia, take it for us for the holidays. But all right, whatever. There was also the rumor and the like hypothetical, speaking of Konami being purchased by Sony. Do you guys think that that's like a possibility or something you'd like to see?
It'll never happen.
Okay.
I would like to see it, but I doubt it's going to happen. I mean, Konami's already doing well enough with like their pachinko machines and crap like that. But
and
they
the
do
piece of crap
partner.
Monopoly game.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. But if they do go to Sony, I feel like there would be a lot more expansion for games. Like, I think we'd probably be able to see, like, Lords of Shadows 3. Definitely see that Metal Gear Solid remake that has been, like, hinting around. And probably definitely a Silent Hills game. Like, I feel like if they get, like, the money to back these things, they'll actually follow through with it.
Konami definitely has the money to back it, but are they willing to take the risk?
Do you believe these rumors?
They know that
About,
it's
like, a
gonna
new
sell.
Silent Hill? Not the selling. About the games.
I don't know. I feel like the way that Konami's set up right now, making games isn't as profitable for them as it used to be. So I'm sure, like, within their shareholder meetings, that they're probably telling them not to expend too much money on AAA titles like this, because it wouldn't make sense for them to develop something that's so costly and then not know how well it's going to sell. Like, honestly, like, we say we'll buy it, but we're not everyone. We're not the entire demographic. And with the way that other games are selling, who knows if someone's going to want to play Metal Gear anymore. I mean, considering that Metal Gear Survived, whatever the last one just came out is called. We don't know how that tarnished. Yeah, we don't know how that tarnished the Metal Gear Solid name. If people are willing to take another risk, imagine that being your first Metal Gear Solid game, with no prior experience. You play that. Are you going to buy the next Metal Gear Solid that comes out?
Well, here's a bigger question.
No.
Who's the person who said, "Hey, you should buy this game and play it"?
I mean, well, no, because think about it. Like, let's say you're venturing out into the video game world, and you hear so much about Metal Gear Solid Snake. You see him in Smash Bros. People
Mind
are
you,
talking
you're like
about
15. Let's put that
Yeah.
into perspective.
your father is like, yeah, when I was a kid, I used to play Metal Gear Solid 2 on the PS2. Blah blah blah. All this other nonsense he says coming out.
Metal Gear Solid 3 is the greatest video game of all time.
Basically me in a couple of years, okay?
And then you go out on your PS4, PS5, your Xbox One, Xbox Series S, and you see this game, Metal Gear Survive. Go and you buy it, play it. It's not yours. It's not for you. What's gonna make you buy the next Metal Gear that's coming out? That's the issue that we're
Your
looking
father
at. Right?
slapping the shit out of you. Why did you waste your money?
Did you bring that back? Like, I feel like when people buy those games, they're taking a chance. But those are like the real hardcore loyalists right there.
Yeah, it's like how I bought Umbrella Corps, and I knew it was gonna be dog shit.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I actually spoke to someone the other day who was asking me about Metal Gear Solid, and he told me that a new Metal Gear Solid had just came out. I was super confused, and I was like, "What's the name? Send me a link." And he sent me a link to Metal Gear Survive. I'm not bullshitting you. This happened, I think, like 1 or 2 days ago, and I was like, "Bro, this game is super old and it's super garbage." He was like, "You sure? I kind of want to play it." So there's people out there that don't know that this game is bad, or that it's not mainline Metal Gear Solid, and people are buying it. So that's what we have. That's the issue right now, that we don't know how the next Metal Gear Solid is gonna sell, and I think Konami is perfectly fine with that, and they're probably not gonna spit out another game until they have to renew their license for the Metal Gear Solid series.
And they're not willing to put the effort to remaster
Exactly.
the first 4. You know.
They said they would just do like the first one, which I kind of find it redundant since we already got like a remastered back for the GameCube.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be nice to see like Snake in like these graphics.
That
But
costs way too
after,
much money.
but not even that. Like after everything that happened with like Kojima and Konami, it's gonna be a no because a lot of people still feel more loyal towards Kojima than Konami, so they're gonna boycott it until like he can get the rights back to it, which will never happen in a million years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the rough stuff. Silent Hill's dead. I don't like.
I keep bringing that back.
I
Just like
think-
for a game, even though it's not going to be good, probably.
I think I'll see
It's
a
like you
Silent
said,
Hill
they're doing it.
before Metal Gear Solid.
100%.
Yeah.
If you want to put it like that, I think that's the best way to put it.
Yeah.
So are we kind of over this acquisition stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Do
guess.
we want to go over real quick since we have some time? Some of the news that happened this week.
You mean
What news? Tell me.
Twitch banning?
Mr.
I forgot
Pogchamp?
what- Yeah,
Oh,
Pogchamp.
Poggers?
Mr. Pogchamp.
We can start with Poggers. Okay, so anyone that doesn't have context, Pogchamp is a famous emo. Obviously, I feel like anyone who's a fucking gamer and watches Twitch knows what Pogchamp is. It's the guy with the like surprise face, and it's like when whatever you use when things are shit's getting hyped, you know.
Put like a picture to show it, but just
Yeah, I
to
will,
edit it out,
yeah.
put a mustache over him.
So the picture, the person in the picture is Mr. Ryan Gutex Gutierrez. Gutex is known for being a Street Fighter Third Strike player, and he's well known for being a commentator for Street Fighter, mostly. He had a show on YouTube called Excellent Adventures on his YouTube channel Cross Counter, and he did a show with Mike Ross, who they played Street Fighter 4 mostly. And it was a good show. It was amazing. I loved it. I watched it every week, and it helped me get better in Street Fighter, you know. And so if all of your knowledge of Gutex's Excellent Adventures, you kind of be like, this is a swell guy. Like, this guy's really
Swell
dope.
guy.
He's really
Like him
cool.
in those podcasts, you just thought he was a really good Street Fighter player.
Yeah, it was like he's so nice in this, and like him and Mike Ross was like really good friends and blah blah blah. Well, in case you didn't know, there was an attack on our capital this past Tuesday.
Last week, yeah, Tuesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
No, Tuesday. No,
Um,
Wednesday. Wednesday it happened.
Oh yeah, it was after the Georgia runoffs.
Yes.
Now people always go, "Why are you bringing politics into video games?" Whatever it is, right? I know a lot of people this week were afraid to talk about this topic because it's politics in video games, but this is past politics. This is like inciting violence. So, does anyone have the actual his tweet up?
Bugz.
Yeah. She knew. Yeah, he said, will there be civil unrest for the woman who was executed inside the Capitol today, or will the MAGA martyr die in vain?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
so
he called
that woman a martyr, first of all. Or I guess he's calling everyone who attacked the Capitol a martyr?
A martyr.
He's calling her a martyr because she actually died in the process.
Yeah.
Like, she's like the well-known one because she was a U.S. Army vet. Not U.S. Army, U.S. Air Force vet.
Did you guys see the video of her getting killed?
Yep.
Nah, I heard it's on InfoWars, though.
It was on CNN, I believe that's where I saw it.
I did not see it.
I think I saw it on TikTok.
They were barging at a door, right?
Yeah.
And the cops just move over. They're just like, I can't deal with this. So they move over, whatever. And an agent on the other side, probably Secret Service, on the other side of the door, he like is pointing the gun at them and like telling them like move,
He warned them.
And
Yeah,
then they starting to hit the windows and shit, and they're like starting to break through. So he just pops one, and he hits her.
Well, it's not that they were starting to break through. They broke through the window, and she was starting to climb through it.
Oh, I didn't see her.
She had already breached the door.
Yeah, I heard something like that.
Which is super fucking illegal. This is a federal building. Like, this shit is hyper illegal. And whatever. So Mr. Gutex, not only this has been his one of controversial opinions, he's had other controversial opinions like the faking of COVID or the lying of COVID and more pro-Trump, pro-far right conspiracy theories that he can pull up out of his ass or other people's asses. It's just not cool. And I applaud Twitch for making this change. I feel like you guys are in agreement with me on that one.
Yeah.
So Gutex is a piece of shit. Seth Meyers, I think is his name. Seth Killian? I forgot what his name is. He's one of the big commentators. He was like, I banned Gutex and you should too. So everybody's blocking Gutex on Twitter. I think he should be next to go after Trump, to be honest. They banned Trump on Twitch as well.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
It's about damn time.
No, I mean Twitch, not Twitter. Twitter too, but he got banned on Twitch too.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's doing with a Twitch account, but
He hated it because he was going to try and do like the same thing that AOC was doing. Like that was a rumor that I heard that he was trying to do like what AOC was doing. And it's like no one's going to play with that shit with him.
Well,
and if they do, he's just going to get trolled out the ass right
What
there.
you mean? You try to play Among Us with Trump and just kill him every time.
You kill him every time.
He's the imposter. I know you're the imposter.
He's lying. I saw him in the vent.
It could have been me when he's the imposter.
I did the download task and I
These are
saw
all
his
horrible
emails.
Trump impressions, by the way. I just want to throw that out there. We're all extremely terrible.
he gets
at this.
voted out. That's voter fraud. They were conspiring against me. I was not the imposter. I swear.
Fake news. It's fake news.
But he's gone in 2 weeks, so thank God. And hopefully Gutex is gone in the next week or so as well. Cause
Gutex is gone, but Pogchamp is actually going to live on. Because just recently they said every 24 hours they're actually going to switch the Pogchamp emote to a different streamer. Because they feel like it transcend. It's not based on his face.
Gutex.
It's based upon the community right there. Because that face represents hype. When you see something like that. Or just like going to instigate something. It's beyond him. It doesn't belong to him anymore. It now belongs to the community, which is great.
Rare
So
Twitch W there.
Yeah, very rare. So it's going to be interesting to see who they're going to get for like the next couple of days, and if it will just recycle or we'll get like more people added on as they become more famous in like the atmosphere of Twitch.
So another the other big one that happened this week was the Capcom policy.
Yes,
policy?
the guidelines.
I've been meaning to look into that. Can you explain that towards me?
Yeah, Bugz, do you want to do the honors or?
I didn't even look into that.
I'll pull it up.
Bugz.
I got you.
Oh, you want to pull it? Oh,
You
that's
had one job.
Is that what you were referring to? For me to pull it out?
You're our guy so far. You've been pretty on top of everything. I got it though.
I was still looking at Pogchamp here.
Mr. Poggers.
He's doing like that Wolverine meme where he's like lying on the bed and putting like his hand against the picture.
Yeah.
It's like rest in peace, Pogchamp.
Pog.
Let me see here. Where is it? Because I wanted the actual. There you go. Here it is. So, here we go. Guidelines, right? Creative content. You may make walkthroughs, tutorials, let's plays, speedruns, reviews, reactions, instructionals, and other commentary-style videos using our game footage to be shared on YouTube, Twitch.tv, your website, or other video streaming sites. The associated step-by-step commentary should be tied to the live gameplay and being shown and should provide instructional or educational value or other benefits. I think that's pretty fair, right? They're allowing you to stream their games, even on your own website, apparently. That's cool. You could upload any type of videos based on their gameplays. So, you know,
As long as it's your
video, yes. You can't upload something that Capcom has uploaded and just leave it, you know?
Yeah.
And you can't upload someone else's gameplay, obviously. It needs to be your gameplay. You need
with your audio.
With your audio, and you need to offer some type of addition to it, you know, to make it your own. So
That's actually a pretty good thing right there.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Game footage posted online. You should not share game footage online without adding your own video or content unless the game console or device permits sharing of game footage. You may not split our game content into components, visual, vocal, in-game elements, etc., and distribute such components as separate content. So basically, you can't
Rip the music.
Yeah, you
from a
can't
game.
take Resident Evil music and post it online and monetize it, or whatever it is you want to do with video game music, right? And that's, you know, they're basically also adding in like the PlayStation. The PlayStation lets you stream and stuff like that, so that's okay. Not official Capcom video. Fan content may not be promoted as official Capcom content. I feel like that's fair, right? That makes sense. Only Capcom music. Please note that some game soundtracks or songs may not be owned by Capcom, but instead are licensed from an artist or another group. As this varies from game to game, please be aware that music may trigger content flags and potential removal of the video. Game soundtracks may not be posted or distributed separately, and apart from game footage, that's more of that audio stuff. At least they're acknowledging, like, hey, if you get DMCA striked for some song,
It's not our fault. Yeah.
Excuse me. All fan-created content should be appropriate for the audience of the Capcom games. For example, if you take game content for a younger audience and make it objectionable, we reserve the right to take it down. I think Nintendo should learn from this one specifically right here, right? Because Nintendo has a fucking stick up their ass about monetizing their videos because they don't want you to make content off of it.
I mean, they kind of loosened the grip on it a very slight bit. Remember how they had like the partnership deal where they would get a cut of the revenue?
Yeah.
Didn't they
from
end
your
that though?
like thing? They ended it, which was a good. They left like their grip on that a little bit, but they're still a little picky and pushy on like what you can like allow and show right there.
So I think that if they adopted this, because I feel like a part of it is, yeah, you're playing family-friendly games and you're cursing and doing all this like vulgar shit around it. I think that like if they did this where it's like depending on the game we can monetize it accordingly. Like if you're playing No More Heroes, have fun, you know? But if you're gonna post content of like Smash or Mario Kart, you know, keep it to it.
Yeah, like 5 people like in the background yelling "suck my dick" as you get final smashed.
Yeah, exactly.
Happy about that.
Like that's kind of not what you want.
Which
in
I gotta
your
say, it's kind
games.
of bullshit because everyone does that when you're playing Smash. No matter.
Oh yeah,
what
we
age
do
you
it.
are.
Yeah. But like, I feel like that's something that can be adopted. You know, like if a kid wants to look up Mega Man, there's no reason for a guy to be playing Mega Man and be like, "Yo, fuck you," you know, like it's just it's not good for the company. I can see that. So I think that makes sense. Any posting or other unauthorized disclosure of game content prior to a game's official release is strictly prohibited. Even after an official game release, spoilers can ruin a fan's experience, and we always aim to avoid them. Please be respectful of others and do not deliberately push plot reveals on people who are actively avoiding learning about them. Otherwise, please offer spoiler disclaimers as a courtesy. That's fair.
Yeah.
That goes along with their leak that came out, where they leaked all the like games that they had planned for the next 5 to 10 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
I also think The Last of Us 2 plays a part of that, where a lot of people didn't end up buying the game because they already knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So if you can kind of curve that, where people don't know if a game is good or bad, they'll still buy it on the off chance.
Which The Last of Us 2, people lied about that one too. There was a lot of lies in those spoilers.
It's a lot of lies. I've actually read like the leaks that happened. None of those things actually came out towards the end of the final product.
Abby was trans apparently in those leaks, and she's not trans at all.
I mean, there was like, I'm not sure if she was trying to transition or not, but
she's straight in the game.
she's straight. I mean, you can be trans and still like, you know, guys or girls or whoever you're really into. It doesn't like change your sexual preference. It just changes your orientation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
but they lied a lot in that one, and I feel like also with you know, when you play whatever it is, you get a new game, and like a week before the game comes out, there's like on YouTube they recommend these certain videos that like spoil the ending of games or certain parts, and they spoil fights.
It's like a walkthrough right then and then available.
Yeah, like why are you doing that, dude? And they don't even try to fix the thumbnail, and the thumbnail
they'll like
shows
just
shit.
leave it out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like some people do like take that into precaution right away. It depends on you, like how far you're willing to go to try and avoid these. Like I will actually avoid the internet for a few days. Yeah. I did that for Endgame, but I didn't do it well enough because I looked on my feed and fucking found out. Spoiler alert! So get ready to cover your ears for this one. Iron Man fucking dies at the end of Endgame because someone put R.I.P. Iron Man, and I was so pissed off that I wanted a meteor that hit the Earth and just kill us all right then and there.
Well, that did happen to one person who deliberately spoiled it at a movie theater and got beat.
Stabbed, right?
Yeah, he got jumped.
Yeah. That's what you get.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, you don't spoil shit for people. We don't have much in this world. If we can find like one small thing that makes us happy, don't take that with.
Especially some shit like Endgame, man. People have been waiting for Endgame for like a year after.
It's like building up. That was building up.
But Atlas also has very strict spoiler policies. When Persona came out, they were like, you can only go up to a certain date in the game.
Yeah.
And so we'll let you know when you can go past that.
They did the same thing for Catherine.
Yeah.
Yeah. You couldn't stream it either. Like, on the consoles, you have the ability to, like, stream. Yeah. Because of the capture card. They'll actually deliberately turn off that capture card feature.
Mm-hmm. The game is like, you can't... this content is blocked. So.
Yeah.
We do not allow Capcom content and other materials to be used to make money or gain any other financial benefit except through permissible monetization described below. You may not limit to paid access, sell, or license your content that includes our game content to others for payment of any kind. In particular, we do not allow you to create new content using our game if a paid subscription is required for people to access our specific
Patreon.
Content. Patreon, yes. Patreon and, well, mostly Patreon. But anyone who also wants to sell mods.
So I can still sell this on my OnlyFans account, basically.
Actually, that's a good question. Because what if, like, you did, like, Jill cosplay and sold it on OnlyFans?
I can see that being attacked.
That's crazy.
You want to know what's even crazier? When Fallout 4 came out, a lot of people were posting videos on Pornhub because they weren't allowed to on YouTube yet. They actually had to send out, like, the on there.
Holy crap.
Interesting.
That's super interesting.
Now I know where the majority of the Fallout 4 graphic is.
Now I know where spoilers are gonna be. Shit.
There's even like a community helping out. Like you like go into like anal milf threesome, and one of the comments at the bottom would be like, "Hey, so how do you kill a deathclaw in like this area?" And people would actually help them out right there. I gotta find that picture because, oh my god, man, it had me crying laughing.
This can't be real.
I swear to God, it's real. There was like screen cap of it.
Bugz, I don't know if you
picture.
remember, but back years ago when Roman Reigns was like, they were pushing Roman Reigns.
Wait, hold on. I left. I came back. All I heard was Roman Reigns.
Oh, I was saying, I don't know if you remember back when Roman Reigns was getting pushed like hard in the beginning. And he was cutting promos, and everybody hated his promos, right? They took one of his promos and they uploaded it on Pornhub, and they were like, WWE Superstar fucks the fans with boring ass promo. and the comment section was hilarious. Like, people actually talking about wrestling.
Jesus Christ. That's just fucking gold.
Oh no.
You may monetize through partner programs and or advertising from YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, or other video sharing services. Collecting voluntary contribution, such as through Super Chat on YouTube and bits on Twitch, is permitted as long as your video is also available for free to the public on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, or other video sharing services. Again, more like, don't sell your shit. Like, don't sell this as your own, you know? Which I feel like you may monetize through partner programs. I feel like that falls in line with people like Maximilian do, you know, because he has a very good relationship with Capcom. So I feel like for him a lot of this shit doesn't count because they just let him do whatever he wants with their stuff.
Yeah, even if he doesn't really know that much about it.
Yeah, but he's like a very big advertising source for Capcom,
And he's on brand for them.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I just don't like Maximilian. We can get to that.
We'll get into that another time.
Like the other podcast. This is going to be like going on a little bit longer.
Yeah. Any posting?
You got 3 hours? I can go.
Any posting or other disclosure of unofficially released, unauthorized, or leaked video and other leaked content of any kind in any format is strictly prohibited. Any publishing of in-game content from sources such as, but not limited to, leaked copies of a game prior to its official release date will be removed. We may authorize pre-release content to a select group of media for review or other agreed upon business purposes, accompanied by strict guidelines for any content released prior to the official release. Again, more like based on their leak that happened stuff. We do not allow usage of or promotion of third-party programs, including hacking, cheating, etc., or devices that circumvent intended protection of Capcom titles. Additionally, we do not allow Capcom content to be uploaded to a platform for which rights have not been granted, such as the creation of Twitch emotes featuring Capcom content. The Twitch emote stuff is pretty crazy. I know a few Twitch streamers who use like Hadokens and like reuse fists and stuff like that, or they like dress themselves up as Ken.
Mm-hmm.
So that one I think is pretty wild. I don't know. I guess I feel a little iffy on that one because I had some Twitch emo ideas.
So you're telling me Kenny Omega can't come out as Akuma?
Well, Kenny Omega actually is in one of the Street Fighter trailers. He plays Cody in one of the Street Fighter trailers. So I feel like Kenny Omega is safe from anything Capcom because they love that man. I feel like he can do whatever the fuck he wants. So
More free advertisement.
yeah, like when him and the Bucks came out as Ryu and Akuma. So I feel like Capcom with like that's another one of those like special partnerships, you know. Same thing with like Woods in WWE, Xavier Woods. Like he has a very good connection with Capcom. Using
He's gonna
Capcom
be on G4.
Yeah, he's gonna be on G4 exactly. Using Capcom titles to create video and other content, including mods that is illegal, racist, sexist, prejudicial to sexual orientation, sexually explicit, disparaging, promotes hate crimes, or is otherwise offensive is not tolerated. On a case-by-case basis, Capcom reserves the right to take down content that is found to be inappropriate or objectionable at our discretion. obviously the illegal racist, sexist, all that kind of stuff, that makes sense. But the other part of it is targeting Jill half naked or in like nurse mod. Like, don't post that on YouTube. And like Cammy half naked, or even like just hentai in general. Like, stop.
How am I supposed to make my money then, sir?
Any posting of video capture of printed or digital books and other printed or digital materials published by Capcom or its licenses, such as but not limited to comic books, game strategy guides, collector's editions, art books, is prohibited. However, you may use Capcom publication and unboxing videos, provided that no specific content inside Capcom publication is displayed in the videos. So if you get like Street Fighter 6 collector's edition and it comes with an art book, you can show the book, just don't open it. Basically, is that
because they probably don't own the art, the inside.
Yeah. So you'd be like, oh, it comes with an art book, put it away.
And then just
And move on to the next item. I guess, I mean, if you're going to be showing off art, like, I mean, it's free. Just go on Google. Like, you know, type in art. Like, you can just look at it. Like, there's no reason for you to ever open a book on a stream and show people. You know?
What happens if I'm really excited about one picture? It's like, well, you guys got to see this picture, and then I can't show them. I'm just sad.
Just tell them how to look it
Buy
up.
that book.
link in the description below. Just
Oh, you could do that too. Yeah, you could link it in the description.
You know, this kind of brings up a good question. What happens if you have like certain art like in your background?
So that's what I was gonna mention. People like Maximilian are safe because his entire channel has Capcom art on it. But
Millions of art.
you know, is he really safe though? Like, I feel like he'd be safe, but
I feel like Capcom would just give him a pass.
yeah. But like, if I got a poster in my back, on my wall,
Oh, that would be taking you down right then and there. You'd be
FBI
like
would
the
be
next.
in
You'd be like the next Me Too movement, basically.
it's over for me.
Pretty much.
Failure to abide by these video content guidelines may result in Capcom taking action to have your video content removed. Capcom reserves the right to change these policies at any time and for any reason. Please note that this policy is not exhaustive, and we reserve the right to object to any use of Capcom materials and to remove such objectionable content at our sole discretion. So if they don't like you and they're like, I don't want you playing my game. Yeah. Please note this policy is a guidance for using game footage of art titles. It is not intended to be, nor should be considered as express permission, nor an official license or authorization for you to create mods or derivative works of Capcom titles or content. More straightforward stuff. Yeah, and then basically this is just a link if you have more questions. I think pretty straightforward. People hate this thing. Like, people are very mad. I think you posted something in here, right?
Yeah, it was like something with like people being very pissed off and feel like they're just taking away like a lot of stuff from like reviewers and such.
People are saying that Capcom is going the Puritan route, similar to Nintendo, which honestly it makes sense because they're trying to appeal to everyone and not just the darker side of the internet.
Yeah.
And all those people that love making lewd mods of characters. Which, it kind of makes sense. If I'm trying to get 9-year-old Timmy to buy my game, even if he's a casual, I don't want him popping up on YouTube and seeing some big old anime titties. His mom's like, I'll let him buy that game because he thinks it's lewd. So, it makes
but
sense.
That boy's going to find a way to get that game. You know it.
I don't know, man. 9-year-old Timmy gotta ask his mom for money.
Listen, 9-year-old Timmy's got an allowance. He'll just go to GameStop and ask that one creepy guy who hangs out around there to buy that for him.
Now you're putting that child in danger. I don't like where this is going.
Listen, you never gone to GameStop and there's like one creepy guy who's just at the counter talking nonstop?
Why are you talking to him though? Why are you talking to this
Bro?
Listen, I wanted to get Metal Gear Solid the Twin Snakes. I was underage, and I just had to get the game.
You don't got no family members you can ask, like a cousin or something? Why are you talking to old strange men in the street?
Backstory towards this one was a girl I dated back in high school. Around where she lived, there was a GameStop, and I found the game, and I was trying to get it so badly. I even like lied to the guy. I was like, dude, I'm 18. I just forgot my ID at home and everything like that. And he came up with the idea where like the creepy guy was like, hey, he's your uncle, right? And I was like, yes.
You're right.
Thank you,
Like,
by
"Alright,
the
well,
way.
Yes, I also feel like you can just, if you spy on any of those games, you can just go to like, not like, because GameStop has that restriction of you have to have an adult
Yeah.
with you.
But Amazon doesn't.
There's those local shops that they'll just take the game. Go ahead.
Yeah,
They don't
The
even.
mom and pop shops.
yeah. Gotta love the mom and pop shops sometime.
Dude, I love them to death. I'll get those games early before release date.
Well,
And I'll still just not remember to play it.
not Capcom games though, right? Not Capcom games.
Definitely not Capcom games.
Definitely not
Capcom, if you're
Capcom.
listening, we'll uphold that legal binding contract that you're giving out right there. So
There goes the mom and
you
pop
can
shop.
trust us.
All right, StarWind, you want to close this out?
Yeah. It seems like we've covered everything. Productive. We got some more topics we're probably gonna cover in some other
Yeah.
podcasts, like why Breath of the Wild is so ass. But you know, we'll bring that up another time. Yeah, and this has been Metaverse Gaming. I'm StarWind. We got AJ, Bugz, and Zero here. See you next time, guys.